Hey, Cancer, come sit with me because I just did a reading for you, and honestly, the energy coming through is absolutely fascinating. I need to talk to you about what I'm seeing here because there's someone in your orbit right now who is completely captivated by something about you that you might not even be fully aware of. Like, seriously, the cards are showing me this energy of intrigue and fascination directed at you, and I think you need to know what's happening in the unseen realm around your energy field right now. So I shuffled my deck with your sign in mind, Cancer, and I asked the universe to show me what's really going on with this mysterious magnetic pull you're creating. And wow, the cards that came through are telling such a specific story. Let me walk you through what I'm seeing because each card is adding another layer to this narrative about how someone is absolutely mesmerized by your presence. The first card I pulled is the Six of Cups. And Cancer, this is already telling me so much about the nature of this fascination. When I see the Six of Cups in this context, I'm immediately picking up on nostalgia and innocence and this really pure form of admiration. This person who's so drawn to you, they're not looking at you through a superficial lens at all. They're seeing something in you that reminds them of genuine connection, of authenticity, of emotional safety. You know how the Six of Cups shows those children exchanging flowers? That pure exchange of affection without agenda? That's the quality of energy this person is experiencing when they think about you. What's really interesting here is that this card suggests this person might have known you before, or you remind them of a time in their life when things felt more real, more emotionally honest. There's something about your Cancer energy that's triggering this deep emotional recognition in them. Maybe it's the way you actually listen when people talk, or how you create this atmosphere of comfort around you without even trying. The Six of Cups is telling me that what they're obsessed with isn't your surface presentation, but something much deeper, something that touches a part of them that rarely gets activated by other people. I'm also seeing with this Six of Cups energy that this person might be dealing with some hesitation because of past experiences. The card carries this element of looking backward, and I think they're almost comparing everyone they meet to you now. Like you've set this standard in their mind of what genuine emotional connection feels like, and nobody else is measuring up. That's a powerful position to hold in someone's consciousness, Cancer, even if you're not aware you're holding it. There's this sweetness to their obsession that the Six of Cups is highlighting. This isn't someone who's being creepy or invasive about their interest. It's more like they're holding the thought of you gently, almost protectively, like something precious they're afraid to break. They might be watching you from a distance, noticing little things about you, collecting these observations like treasures. The way you smile when you're genuinely happy, how your energy shifts when you're talking about something you care about, the small acts of kindness you probably don't think anyone notices. They're noticing everything, Cancer. Now, the second card that came through is the Six of Pentacles, and this adds such an interesting dimension to what's happening. The Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving, about generosity and balance and resources flowing between people. In the context of someone being fascinated by you, this card is telling me that what they're obsessed with is your capacity for generosity, but also something about how you handle matters of worth and value. This person is absolutely captivated by how you give to others, Cancer. They're watching how you show up for people, how you offer support, how you're there for others in tangible ways. The Six of Pentacles shows someone giving coins to those who need them, and I think this person has witnessed you being generous with your time, your energy, your resources, or your emotional support. And unlike a lot of people who give because they want recognition or something in return, they can see that your giving comes from a genuine place. That's rare, Cancer, and they're absolutely entranced by it. But here's what's even more interesting about the Six of Pentacles in this position. This card is also about receiving, about allowing abundance and support to come to you. I think this person is fascinated by your relationship with worthiness and receiving. Maybe they've noticed that you give so much to others, but you're not always comfortable being on the receiving end. Or maybe they've seen you in moments where you are receiving gracefully, and that balance between giving and receiving in you is what's captured their attention. They might even want to be someone who gives to you, who supports you, who offers you resources or emotional sustenance. There's something about your energy around material and emotional resources that they find magnetic. The Six of Pentacles suggests they see you as someone who understands the true value of things, not just the monetary price, but the deeper worth. Whether it's how you appreciate the small gifts life offers, or how you recognize people's efforts, or how you invest your energy wisely, they're paying attention to all of it. This person might come from a place where people are very transactional, very what can you do for me, and your approach to exchange and generosity is like fresh air to them. I'm also getting that this person might be in a position where they could offer you something, whether that's an opportunity, resources, support, or even just a different perspective. The Six of Pentacles often indicates an imbalance that's seeking to correct itself, and I wonder if they're waiting for the right moment to step forward and offer you something they think you deserve. They might be hesitant because they don't want to offend you or make you feel like you need anything, especially if you're someone who prides yourself on independence. But they're watching and waiting for the right opening to show up for you in a meaningful way. The third card I pulled for you is the High Priestess and Cancer. This is where things get really mystical and deep. The High Priestess is card number 3 in the major arcana, and she's all about hidden knowledge, intuition, mystery, and the unseen realms. When this card shows up in a reading about someone being obsessed with your energy, I need you to understand that what's captivating them goes way beyond the physical or even the obvious personality traits. They're absolutely fascinated by your mysterious depths. You know how the High Priestess sits between two pillars, guarding the veil between the conscious and unconscious worlds? That's the energy you're carrying right now, Cancer, and this person is completely drawn to that quality in you. They sense that there are layers to you that most people never get to see. You've got this enigmatic quality where you're friendly and approachable on the surface, but there's clearly so much more happening beneath. And that's like catnip to whoever this person is. They want to understand you, to uncover your mysteries, to be granted access to the parts of yourself you keep hidden. The High Priestess is telling me that this person is fascinated by your intuitive abilities, Cancer. They've probably noticed that you just know things without being told. You pick up on energies, you sense what's not being said, you have these insights that seem to come from nowhere. And while some people might find that intimidating, this person finds it absolutely compelling. They might even be a bit in awe of how you navigate the world using your intuition as a guide. Maybe they've seen you make decisions based on gut feelings that turned out to be exactly right, or they've watched you read people and situations with uncanny accuracy. There's also something about your relationship with silence and solitude that the High Priestess is highlighting. This person has noticed that you're comfortable with quiet, with sitting in contemplation, with not filling every moment with noise and chatter. In a world where everyone's constantly performing and broadcasting, your ability to be still and go inward is magnetic to them. They might be fascinated by what you do in your alone time, what thoughts you have when you're in your own world, what dreams and visions and ideas are brewing in that rich inner landscape of yours. The High Priestess also suggests that this person sees you as someone who holds secrets well, who can be trusted with deep confidences, who creates safe space for the hidden parts of others to emerge. They might be someone who has their own depths and mysteries, and they recognize in you a kindred spirit, someone who could understand the parts of them they don't show the world. That recognition is powerful, Cancer. It's creating this pull in them to get closer to you, to create the kind of connection where mysteries can be shared and honored. I'm also seeing with the High Priestess that there might be a spiritual or mystical component to their fascination. Maybe they've noticed you engaging with spiritual practices, or they sense that you have a connection to something beyond the material world. Or perhaps it's simpler than that. Perhaps it's just that you embody this lunar, feminine, receptive energy that the High Priestess represents. And that energy is exactly what they're craving in their life right now. You're like a cool drink of water to someone who's been walking through a desert of superficiality and pretense. Now let's talk about the fourth card, which is the Two of Swords. This card just showed up, and I immediately felt tension with it, but not bad tension, more like the tension of a decision point. The Two of Swords shows a blindfolded figure holding two swords crossed over their heart, and it's about being at a crossroads, about weighing options, about sometimes avoiding a decision because both choices carry weight. In the context of someone being obsessed with your energy, Cancer, the Two of Swords is revealing something about this person's internal state. They're conflicted. On one hand, they're absolutely captivated by you, drawn to your energy, thinking about you constantly. On the other hand, something is making them hesitate to act on these feelings. It's like they're in this holding pattern, these two swords crossed in front of their heart, creating a barrier, even though their heart wants to reach toward you. What I'm picking up is that this person might be weighing their options about whether to reveal their interest or continue observing from a distance. Maybe they're in a situation where approaching you feels complicated. Perhaps they're worried about how you'll receive their interest, or maybe there are external circumstances that make them question the timing. The blindfold on the figure in the Two of Swords suggests they might not be seeing the situation entirely clearly, or they're deliberately blocking out certain information because it makes the decision harder. There's also this element with the Two of Swords where the person is in their head about the situation rather than following their heart. They're analyzing, weighing pros and cons, trying to make a rational decision about something that's fundamentally emotional. Their obsession with you is creating this internal debate where they're constantly going back and forth. One moment, they're convinced they should make a move and reveal their feelings or interest, and the next moment, they're talking themselves out of it, listing all the reasons why they should wait or why it might not work out. The Two of Swords in this position is also telling me that this person is trying to protect themselves emotionally while simultaneously being unable to stop thinking about you. Those crossed swords over the heart represent emotional protection, building walls, not wanting to be vulnerable. But the fact that they're so drawn to your energy means those walls aren't working very well. You're getting through their defenses whether you mean to or not, Cancer, and that's creating this internal conflict where they don't know whether to fortify their walls or let them down completely. I think there's a stalemate energy here too. This person might be waiting for a sign from you, some indication that their interest would be welcome. Meanwhile, you might not even know they're interested, so you're not giving any signs one way or another. It's this standoff where nobody's making the first move, both sides waiting to see what the other will do. The Two of Swords is asking for a decision to be made, for one of those swords to be lowered, for the blindfold to come off so the situation can be seen more clearly. The fifth card that came through is the Ten of Cups, and Cancer, this is such a beautiful and revealing card in this context. The Ten of Cups is the card of emotional fulfillment, of happy families, of dreams coming true in the realm of feelings and relationships. It's literally the happiness card of the tarot deck. So when this shows up in a reading about someone being obsessed with your energy, what does that tell us? This person isn't just casually interested in you, Cancer. They're seeing you as someone who represents their ideal of emotional fulfillment. When they look at you or think about you, they're seeing the potential for deep happiness, for the kind of relationship or connection that actually satisfies the soul. The Ten of Cups shows a couple with their arms raised in joy, children playing, a rainbow of cups overhead, symbolizing blessings and abundance in the emotional realm. That's what this person is projecting onto you. That's the vision they're holding. What's really significant here is that the Ten of Cups represents lasting happiness, not just a fleeting attraction or temporary excitement. This person is thinking long-term when they think about you. They're envisioning what life could be like with you in it, what kind of joy and emotional richness you could create together. Whether this is romantic or platonic depends on your specific situation, but either way, they're seeing you as someone who could fundamentally improve their emotional quality of life. I think this person might come from a background where emotional fulfillment has been elusive. Maybe they've experienced relationships or connections that looked good on paper but felt empty emotionally. Or perhaps they've been searching for something real and substantial in a world that often feels shallow and disconnected. And then there's you, Cancer, with your natural emotional intelligence and your capacity for genuine connection. And you represent everything they've been looking for. No wonder they're obsessed. The Ten of Cups is also about family and belonging, about finding your people. This person might be fascinated by how you create a sense of home and belonging wherever you go. You know how some people just have this gift for making others feel included and cared for? That's Cancer energy at its best, and this person is deeply drawn to that quality in you. They might be imagining being part of your inner circle, being someone you consider family, being included in that warm emotional world you create around yourself. There's also an element here where this person sees you as someone who could help them heal old emotional wounds or family issues. The Ten of Cups represents the ideal, but for many people, their actual family or emotional history falls short of that ideal. You might represent a chance for them to experience the kind of emotional connection and security they didn't get growing up. That's a deep level of fascination, Cancer, where someone sees you not just as attractive or interesting, but as potentially healing and transformative for their emotional well-being. The sixth and final card I pulled is the Ace of Cups. And wow, Cancer, this is such a powerful card to end on. The Ace of Cups is the beginning of emotional journeys, the first stirring of feelings, the cup overflowing with love and emotion and spiritual connection. When I see this card in a reading about someone being obsessed with your energy, it's telling me that what this person is experiencing is genuinely new for them. The Ace of Cups represents the birth of emotional possibility. This person isn't just rehashing old patterns or looking for a rerun of previous connections. What they feel about you, this fascination and obsession, it's fresh and new, and it's opening up emotional territory they haven't explored before. Maybe they've never met anyone quite like you, or maybe you're awakening emotional capacities in them that have been dormant. The Ace of Cups is that moment when the universe offers you a cup overflowing with potential, and this person is being offered the potential of connection with you. What's beautiful about the Ace of Cups is that it's also about spiritual love and connection that transcends the purely physical or ego-driven. This person's obsession with your energy has a spiritual quality to it. They sense that knowing you could open them up emotionally and spiritually could connect them to parts of themselves they've lost touch with. You represent an invitation to feel more deeply, to love more openly, to experience the fullness of emotional and spiritual connection. The Ace of Cups also suggests that this person is at the very beginning of processing these feelings. Their obsession is in its early stages, fresh and intense and somewhat overwhelming. You know how new feelings can be all-consuming? That's what they're experiencing. You've awakened something in them, and they're still trying to understand what it means and what to do with it. The cup is overflowing, which means these feelings are abundant and hard to contain. They're thinking about you more than they probably want to admit, even to themselves. There's also this element of divine timing with the Ace of Cups. In tarot, aces represent gifts from the universe, new beginnings that have a fated quality to them. This person might feel like meeting you or becoming aware of you wasn't just random chance, but something meant to happen. They might believe that you've come into their awareness at exactly the right time, when they're ready for the kind of connection you represent. That sense of destiny or divine orchestration is adding fuel to their obsession, making their interest in you feel significant and important, rather than just another passing attraction. So, Cancer, let me bring all of this together for you. The cards are painting a picture of someone who is deeply, genuinely captivated by your energy. They're drawn to your emotional authenticity and the nostalgic, pure quality of connection you offer, shown by the Six of Cups. They're fascinated by your generosity and your understanding of true worth, highlighted by the Six of Pentacles. The High Priestess reveals that they're mesmerized by your mysterious depths, your intuitive gifts, your enigmatic nature. The Two of Swords shows they're in conflict about what to do with these feelings, weighing whether to reveal their interest or continue observing from a distance. The Ten of Cups indicates they see you as representing emotional fulfillment and lasting happiness, not just temporary excitement. And the Ace of Cups confirms that what they're experiencing is genuinely new and overwhelming, a spiritual and emotional awakening triggered by your presence. This is someone who's paying attention to you in ways you might not realize. They're collecting moments with you like precious memories. They're analyzing what makes you different from everyone else. They're imagining what it would be like to be closer to you. And Cancer, knowing your sign, I have a feeling you might have sensed something. Your intuition is probably already picking up on this energy, even if you haven't consciously acknowledged it yet. The question is, what are you going to do with this information? Sometimes just knowing that someone sees us and appreciates qualities we value in ourselves is enough. Sometimes it opens up curiosity about who this person might be and whether that connection could develop into something meaningful. Trust your intuition on this one, Cancer. The cards suggest this person's interest is genuine and comes from a deep place, but only you can determine if and how you want to respond to that energy. I hope this reading gave you some insight into the mysterious fascination someone has with your energy right now. If anything I said resonated with you, or if you've noticed someone whose attention feels different lately, trust that feeling. The universe is definitely highlighting something important here about how your energy affects others and the kind of connections you're capable of inspiring.